So, have you got your breath back from a scintillating first week of the 2024 season? Welcome along once again to the Third and Long podcast. My name is the incomparable Shane Harris. Just me and the OGs this week, Oliver Butler Henderson, and my beautiful baby Hope, one at a time. Boys, how have your weekend been? Baby, I'll start with you.
Honestly, I am very tired after staying up watching football Thursday night, Friday night, college Saturday nights, last night, and we got another one tonight.
There's a game on tonight? Oh, the Jets are playing, that's right.
Yeah, but I'm glad football is back. Let's see who's want to know after this week.
Jets. OBH, how's things, bud? You all right?
Now, I'm very much torn. Do I want the Niners to win or do I want Jets to lose? But yeah,
the same thing, you daft.
Either way, I'll be top of the. Either way, Patriots will be top of the division. Who would thought they would have said that after last?
And more on that in a bit. Unbelievable.
Let's see what happens after 17 more weeks.
Hurry up.
So yeah, boys, just a quick one from me. There's nothing quite like staying up till 5 a.m. to watch your team lose. Well, I use the word lose loosely. Get robbed. Robbed, I tell you. But I digress. We move on to that shortly. I'll tell you in a bit. So where do we start our Monday shows now then? What do we do? Go on, OBH, take it away.
Thursday night football, mate.
Oh, let's go. Back over to me. Okay, cool. So the first game of the season was a heavyweight clash between current reigning, defending, back-to-back Super Bowl champions Andy Reid's Kansas City Chiefs and my beloved Baltimore Ravens. As I said previously, I was up till 5 a.m. watching this game live, and oh my word, I mean, there's nothing quite like staying up that late to watch your team lose, but the manner of which we lost, was just one of those things where it just irks you. The amount of penalties that we gave away, Ronnie Stanley specifically, was, he's been playing this game for a long time. How did he not know where to line up? Honestly, and it boggles my mind. Like, it's hard enough to play against the Chiefs as it is without tripping yourself up, without making your own mistakes. But I will say one thing which was good. Derrick Henry is off the board for the Ravens with his first touchdown, which I'm quite happy with, of course, fantasy points for myself. One player that did impress me for the Chiefs, and I will say, is Xavier Worthy. Holy shit, is he quick. Good Lord. That man can move, and he was on the board with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What's that?
Has a Ravens player touched him yet?
In all honesty, but he's probably still going now. He's like the Flash. But as I said, he was unreal, absolutely unreal, and I think we struggled on offense a lot. I mean, and there was times where Lamar took the game by the scruff of the neck, and he's like, right then, I'll do it all myself, shall I? But I will say another thing as well. Isaiah Likely played fantastically well. He got another, I believe, did he get 1 or 2? He got 1, sorry. Yeah, he got 1 touchdown. Yeah, more pass.
If only you knew where the end zone was.
I was going to move on to that one. Yeah, I mean, if only his shoes were like a size smaller, we probably would have beat them.
I mean, would have been all right because I've got small feet. But,
Yeah, you would have been all right if you would have caught it. But like I said, Lamar was trying to sort of pull that team on his back, and it's hard enough to play against the Chiefs and Taylor Swift and the refs at Arrowhead. It's hard enough as it is. So we were basically within an eyelash of beating the back-to-back, as I said, back-to-back Super Bowl champions. It's only 1 game gone. Everyone's on Ravens Twitter is pushing the panic button already, and I'm like, why? It's 1 game and we lost by 1 touchdown. The Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to chief, right? At the end of the day, they are 2-time Super Bowl champions for a reason. They know how to grind results out, and that's exactly what they did. Kelsey was pretty much anonymous, which I was a big fan of course. What else happened? Anything else? Was there anything else noteworthy from yourselves?
Baby Hope, do you want to go first, or shall I?
I'll start because I know where you want to go, and I want to go the same way.
Yep.
So, well, first off, you said Lamar put the team on his back, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you not think he put the team on his back when he didn't necessarily need to?
I think this quest for the Lombardi is starting to consume him. I think he wants it so bad. I think it's a case of, well, if they can't do it, I'll do it. And I think maybe it's a bit of an ego thing where he's sick of forcing, because the commentators were saying as well, that he's been given the reins to this team. He doesn't have to listen to Todd Monken as much. If he sees something that Todd doesn't, he'll go on his own, which is a lot of what he did on Thursday night.
I feel like the way to beat the Ravens is to make Lamar win it with his arm rather than with his legs. And I think that's hard for him because his first thought is to run, not to pass.
Well, as I said, I think he came on a lot as a passer last year. He did. But again, this is the second year of Todd Monken's offense with OBJ is gone. We got new running backs as well. It's time to sort of, you're going to take time to, and that offensive line. We haven't even mentioned that offensive line yet. Oh my word. It's, again, a lot of them are new, playing together for the first time. It's against the reigning Super Bowl champions. There is no bigger baptism of fire in this sport.
Yeah, but just going to the last drive, because that's the one I want to talk about.
Go for it.
He missed a throw to Isaiah Likely on the first down, who was open.
Yeah.
On the second down, he missed a throw to Zay Flowers, where nobody was in the same postcode.
That's one to Zay Flowers was shocking.
Yes,
I mean, another one you mean to Likely. And I think that was I think that's 6 one after. I think Likely had a bit.
It was a hard throw, and he wasn't as open. But Zay Flowers had nobody within 5 yards of him. He was so open, and Lamar telegraphed it. And then on third down, obviously what happened. But I just feel like there were a lot of throws that Lamar missed, whether it was week one nerves or whether it was. I just feel like he played as if he was the team when he didn't need to.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean,
not just that. Justin Tucker missed a kick as well. It was just a bad day at the office, all round, and we're within an eyelash.
So, I mean, at least we're going to have one Lamar in the Super Bowl with Kendrick at half time. But
what's that? I don't know what that is. What does that one do? What does he do? I don't know what that is. Sorry.
He's hip hop, R&B.
No good to me. They were just a man with two first names.
A couple of years ago, didn't Kendrick Lamar do part of the Super Bowl with Eminem? And he was convincingly the worst part of that Super Bowl halftime show. And now they're giving him the whole thing.
Okay. We'll talk about that more on Thursday. Right. Sorry, Shane, you might want to tune out on this one, mate.
Go on, bud.
I know you love LJ8. And LJ8 as an athlete is a bloody good athlete. I think there's a lot of issues in your offense at this present moment in time. Okay? Your total run offense was 185 yards. Okay? How many did Derrick Henry run for?
46 yards.
How many did Lamar Jackson run for?
122.
Tell me what the problem is there.
Obviously, everyone's prepared for Henry, and the fact that Jackson's quicker. I like Henry, I do, right? But I don't think he's the answer. And as I said before the season, everyone's saying like, "Oh, the Ravens are going to get the Super Bowl. They're going to win the division." I don't think so. I don't see it. I think we haven't replaced what we need to replace, and our row line is hot garbage for now.
Right. My issue is exactly what Ollie said. And what you said to an extent, right? He goes, "I've got to win it on my own." No, you don't. You are not the team. The team is 52 other men. Okay? Yeah. Fair enough. But when you have a top-tier running back that Derrick Henry is, and you pay top-tier money for him, only having 46 yards of carry from 13 carry, or 46 yards through 13 carries is not good enough. There's a reason why running quarterbacks do not last in this league. Because as soon as they're out that pocket, they're runners and they get absolutely battered, and they are not big enough to withstand constant hits from linebackers, D linemen, hard hitting safeties like Ufanga or Julius Peppers or someone like that. They're not designed to take kind of hits.
It's like why running backs don't have that long careers either.
There is a reason. So he's got to think, right, do I want longevity or do I want the fame and glory of 2-3 MVPs and not me and get these constant injuries? Because he's had a lot of injuries and it is a lot of because he is scrambling and running out the pocket. Yes, your O-line is poor. Don't get me wrong. But that's not my biggest issue with that. Okay, Lamar is a great athlete. Play calling is shocking. But the reason its play calling is shocking is who's your WR1 after Zay Flowers?
Exactly, Zay. I mean, yeah,
You've got
like Mark Andrews
Andrews.
didn't. Yeah, Mark Andrews didn't barely got used Thursday night.
Was
You
Mark
haven't
Andrews fully fit? Because I
Yeah,
know he got injured at the end of last season, so I wasn't sure whether
he played that hip drop tackle, but he played full game. I mean, Kyle Van Noy did injure his eye, so he might be out for a while. But no, Mark Andrews played full game.
I think you've made a massive mistake of not going wide receiver. The same as New England have gone wide receiver and they look better, but we'll get some of it. You not going wide receiver and giving, because you don't have a big-bodied wide receiver that can take these throws. Because a tight end is not expecting to do a toe drag swag right at the end of the end zone at the end of the game. I mean, like you said, it's week 1. Bill Belichick always used to say, you don't know your team until week 4. Plenty of time, mate.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you're 0-4 by week 4, you're in a bit of a hole.
Yeah, very
Won't be
true.
0-4. Don't be daft. I mean, there's other teams that we're playing next now who didn't have a very good start to the season anyway. Yesterday, which we'll get on to, and I'm still waiting for this one. Rashad Bateman was targeted 5 times with 2 receptions for 53 yards. What? Come on. And is he going to do anything with his career or what? Because we're still waiting. One good thing I will say is my boy, the reincarnation of Ray Lewis, Roquan Smith, did pick off Pat Mahomes, which was amazing. But due to the fact that Sky was showing bloody adverts at the time, I completely missed it.
But he did cause a bit of a scramble because he decided to throw Patrick Mahomes when he was in the white on the outside.
I know.
Naughty,
that was funny. That was funny. I like that.
Let's roll on to Friday night. And Saquon Barkley was unplayable. And I bet the Giants fans are literally crying even more than they were on Sunday night. Because, oh my God, decent O-line, Saquon Barkley, unstoppable team. Ollie,
so the first thing I actually want to talk about in this game is Jordan Love. And he has an MCL sprain and is supposed to be out 3 to 6 weeks. I wish him all the best. He did. At times on Friday he looked good. At other times on Friday, honestly, he looked a bit like a deer in headlights.
Yeah, it's interesting concept.
Reviewer said, "Let them cry," from an Eagles fan. P.S. Hi, Shane and fellas.
Hi, Rebo.
You all right, bud? How's it going? You all right?
So, Saquon Barkley did look very, very good. And I tipped him, I bet on him to score a touchdown, and he scored 3.
No, I had him in his fantasy team.
Yeah. No, my dad seemed to be dueling it out for the most points of the week. Whereas I've beaten this person right here.
I don't know who's to your left, but it ain't me.
Wrong side, but wrong side.
Mate, I picked all the duds. Don't worry about it. Back to the game.
So, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense looked like it was at the start of last season. Is it because Big John was back on the sideline? We don't know. But the Nick Sirianni experience has started well. Or as I believe it's being called, the Nick Sirianni apology tour. I picked the Eagles to win. Well done, me. Just like clarify, got 4 out of 4. Got 4 out of 4 on the prediction league, but we will talk about that on Thursday. And the Eagles look like they could be a real contender in the NFC this year. And the Packers have 3 to 6 weeks of Malik Willis. How badly will that hamper them?
That I feel so sorry. In fact, no, I don't. Let's put it this way. No one feels that sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's a bleak situation. We've seen a couple of things on social media going 4 words to annoy XYZ teams, and I went, Malik Willis is your starter. Oh, hang on, that's fine.
Sorry, Packers fans. Good luck with that.
Just think, you've paid $200 million for someone who's going to miss 6 weeks. Oh dear. Well, we're going to talk about someone who's paid $240 million, and they're going to miss, and they are shocking later on. Right. Anything else you want to add on to that game, my friend?
No, there's nothing else I want to say apart from it was quite interesting how slippy the field was. A lot of people slipped over quite a few times.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those images. That's gone. Another one gone. That's probably one of the reasons why because a lot of players changed the long cleats.
Yeah.
And these long cleats they're designed to go deeper in the ground, and they're twisting and all that as well. I will say something before we roll on to Sunday night's games. There's been a lot of MCL sprains already in week 1. Perhaps that's this year's injury. Okay. So, 7 o'clock. No, sorry, that's a lie. 6 o'clock.
Is it 7 o'clock?
We heard those fable words from the man, the legend, that is Scott Hansen. Yes. And it started with a bang. Oh my God. You couldn't have got a better Sunday night football. It was absolutely brilliant games. And yes, I am going to start with my Patriots because every expert, including 3 of the 4 that's on this show, said that the Bengals were going to wipe the floor with us. I kept it quiet. I had a glimmer of hope that it would happen and that we would beat them. But it was incredibly convincing. It really was. I don't care what you guys say about, because I know you're going to do it to wind me up and you put it on the group chat and all that as well. But we beat them on defense. They stopped it. Joe Burrow's got nothing going in that first half. Yes, they changed it and got a little bit going in the second half. They looked a little bit better. But special teams did their job. Great tackle to force the fumble by the long snapper. Caused the fumble, and it worked. And it was Belichick's way 10 years ago when Joe Mayo was playing, when Matt Slater was playing, when bloody Dave Andrews was playing. It was, right, pound, get the lead, pound the ball, pound them, pound, wear the team out. Wear the opposition team out, and it worked. And that's what it needed to do. And it wasn't fancy, it wasn't brilliant, but we're the better offense on that day because, let's face it, Bengals got nothing going. And I do think it's a case of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase not practicing at all, and T. Higgins didn't even play. I'm so glad Gesicki never scored because I was heartbroken at that point when he scored and spotted straight away that ball's hit the ground, it's moved. Yes. But the forced fumble on the end zone by Carl Duggar was brilliant. I've already mentioned the forced fumble on the kick return by Charlie Jones. That was brilliant as well by the Cordova. They just looked a better team. Yes, there's still improvements to go. There's still things to get on. Jacoby Brissett looked comfortable in that, and he wasn't forcing it like Mac and Zappi have been the last couple of years. They looked a better offense. They looked better. We've been waiting for Ramondre Stevenson to have that game again. Hopefully he has 70 more of those games where it's 100 yards. But there's still improvements to come, I think. And it is a good start to the season. That's all I'm going to say.
I just have one question.
Go for it.
Are you concerned about your passing offense? Because there wasn't much there.
It will come. I think it will come. It's a young offense, a young receiving core. With Pop Douglas, Pope, Baker, who didn't play that game, but Austin Hooper was good. Tyquan Thornton had a couple of good catches. KJ Osborne even. So Hunter Henry will come. It's going to come. It takes a couple of games to get going. Yes, they've had a little training camp and all that, but it doesn't really they don't really play full-on game scenarios until, the first kick of the regular season. And now it's going to come. It's going to come, and it will get there. So, no, I'm not overly worried. Yeah.
You seem like you're trying to convince yourself out there. The amount of times you said it's going to come, it really
it's going to come, honest.
You really sound like you're trying to convince yourself.
I'm so glad Perrins wasn't here because he'll turn that into a dirty joke like he did the other day of being. Yeah.
I know, that was funny. I will say one thing, though. I will say one thing about the Pats game. Firstly, congratulations for beating a so-so Bengals team. It's always nice to see an AFC North rival go down, which is brilliant. But the commentators were saying about your wide receiving core that there's no sort of name players. There's no players that anybody recognizes. And I mean, they did mention Demario Douglas, who I thought had a great game anyway. And I've always been a big fan of Jacoby Brissett. I'm surprised we didn't see any sight nor sound of Drake May yet, but maybe they could be keeping him further on in the season when you lose a few more games, just to sort of push the panic button and go on then, have a go, try it. How do you think you're going to fare against Geno and Seattle on Sunday?
After watching the Exorcists against the Broncos, I ain't worried. We got a better pass rush than than Broncos, and yeah, we'll get to Geno. Geno didn't look good.
I hope you beat the Seahawks.
So do I, mate. I hope our first defeat will probably come in around about week 14. Oh, hang on, what on our bye?
What about week 4?
Let's see how you play tonight, my friend. Right. Who would like to go first on their game of the week that they would like to talk about? That isn't their team related. Go on then, baby. Hope as you're paying attention.
I was going to say, go on, jump on the chance, boy.
Okay. So the game I want to talk about is Jacksonville versus Miami. This was kind of a bit of a game of two halves, with Jacksonville dominating the first half and Miami dominating the second half. Tua looked like Ollie's version of Tua rather than my version of Tua last year. As in, he was not great. No, he wasn't. I'd love to know how much of Tyreek's head was in the game after being arrested that morning.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, apparently it was him and Calais Campbell were putting handcuffs. And Calais Campbell's a hell of a big man to put in handcuffs.
Right.
No, Calais Campbell also got handcuffed for trying to de-escalate the situation with Tyreek, I believe.
Yeah. Can we... Let's talk about that before we talk about the game a bit more. He was arrested a block from the stadium with loads of players going, what the hell's going on? What the hell's going on? Why, I haven't seen any reports. All I know that the officer who has arrested him has been put on basically gardening leave, administration leave.
Gardening leave.
And it's ridiculous, It's the way it's almost as bad as how they. Oh look, the Scottish Shepherd. Oh, he's done something a little bit naughty. Let's go gun ho on him and show him who we are. Trying to make a name for themselves, almost.
I think it's a whole. You've done something slightly wrong. You're not above the law. I'm going to arrest you for it.
Yeah. Instead of going right, here's a ticket, mate. Come and see us Come and see us later on. We know you game in like a couple of hours' time or whatever it is. Or just like, right, blues and twos in, right, we'll follow you into the stadium car park, mate. We'll take you into the private place. It's just having a bit of sense and a bit of common sense about it. But we know what it's like with the American police. They are very trigger happy, very like, overreact first and then try and backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
He still had 130 yards. He still had 80-yard touchdown, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I think the Dolphins were lucky to come away with a W because I think Jacksonville were the better team. And if Etienne hadn't have had that fumble on the 2-yard line, which would have,
Who punched the ball out? I can't remember who punched the ball out.
I think it was Baker, Joe Baker.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
And because I feel like if that hadn't have happened, Jacksonville might have been out of sight.
Yeah, because it would have put them. It would have put them 3 scores up.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't have looked out of place for that at all. From what I saw on the red zone flashing up, they looked good, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do when they come over to England in 4 weeks' time, gentlemen.
Yes, we get to see them twice.
Oh yes, Shana, you want to have a chat about the Bills and the Cardinals, my friend?
Yes, yeah, please. I was under the impression from the first quarter that I genuinely thought the Cardinals were going to sort of shock the Bills. They were 17-10 up in the first half, and I thought, here we go, because my housemate's a Cardinals fan. So he was, periodically coming up and downstairs to check the score. But then, of course, Josh Allen turned it on then, didn't he? Like only he is capable of. He threw for 2 touchdowns, run 2 in himself. He threw for 1 to apparently his new WR1 Mac Hollins, and he also threw 1 to Khalil Shakir. So yeah, I just think I mean the Cardinals were a good side to still put up 28 points against the Bills. Kyler passed for 162 yards and got a touchdown as well. And James Conner also run 1 in. So yeah, I think they were a good side, but also it's a case of the Bills are we still don't know about the Bills yet. Like I said, I think they played really well, and I keep forgetting that they got Valdez-Scantling as well. They just basically chucked together a patchwork quilt of wide receivers. Who stood out? Dawson Knox didn't have a massive game. What do you have? 23 yards for 1 reception. Keon Coleman, the rookie.
He was my tight end.
Keon Coleman, the rookie, 4 receptions, 51 yards. He didn't set the world on fire, but there's still plenty of time for him at the minute.
The thing I was watching in that game, which surprised me, is Marvin Harrison Jr. 1 reception, 4 yards.
I know, I was shocked by that.
3 targets.
That's what surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say probably apart from Brian Thomas Jr., who had a touchdown, I don't think any of the rookie first round wide receivers did anything exciting.
Lad McConkey.
Oh yeah, of course.
He scored. Yeah, and Brian Thomas Jr. did as well.
Yeah, I forgot McConkey scored. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was a good game. I mean, what I saw in red zone was really good. And
again, it was very Jekyll and Hyde for Josh Allen, wasn't it? Because my dad's got him as his cute quarterback, and he finished on, I think, 23 points, and at halftime he was on 1.
Right. Okay, let's go through the other 6 o'clock games really quickly. Kirk Cousins' start in Atlanta hasn't gone well with an 18-10 defeat to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Fields didn't really do anything in that game. Chris Boswell
won it for them.
Yeah, 15, 16, 18 points he kicked.
18 points.
Yeah, so my son had Chris Boswell and Saquon Barkley in his team. No one's touching him. The Tennessee Titans literally threw it away as the Chicago Bears defense saved Caleb Williams' debut in the NFL as they won out 24-17 against Tennessee. Texans and Indianapolis had a hell of a game as well. Battle of second-year quarterbacks, including a 68-yard bomb from Anthony Richardson. That was a hell of a throw, but it wasn't enough to beat the Texans when the Texans fall at 29-27. Did anyone see Drew Brees playing for New Orleans Saints? No, I didn't.
Drew Brees, apparently, it was the reincarnation of Drew Brees from what I saw.
I mean, it was ridiculous. That was a demolition of all demolitions. I want to talk about Bryce Young in a bit.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really fair because it was 12-10 because Bryce Young was playing for the Saints.
I know. Let's talk about another quarterback who's had a reincarnation. Sam Darnold looked like prime Montana. He looked absolutely brilliant as well. At one point, he was 12 for 12.
Yeah, I saw that.
He played incredibly well. Okay, the Raiders threw away a lead to the Chargers, and then
Ollie, I don't know about you, but did you see Minshew Mania running wild?
I did for the touchdown. To be fair, I am going to say the touchdown was a really good play because he's held the safety that way to give the running back the chance to get into that end zone. That was a really good play.
Boys, as I said, you know what I did my fantasy team this week, right? All jokes aside, everyone knows I picked Minshew first. I stand by my decision, but I also picked Joe Burrow. So I was like, oh, I'll be clever now. Minshew's probably not going to play too well, so I'll put Joe Cool in. Yeah, that backfired, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah, so the Raiders lose out to LA Chargers 20-20. They also lost the fight as well, I heard, apparently, at the end of the game.
Oh, I was scrapping. Yeah, 2 players got ejected, didn't they?
Yeah, Josh Brown and Jack Jones.
Yep. So apart from, or despite giving away 2 safeties, Seattle still managed to beat Bo Nix's Denver Broncos at 26-20. Talk about deers and headlights. There was another gentleman deer and headlights that he was like, "Oh my god, what the hell is going on here?" Another quarterback who didn't look like a deer in the headlights was Jaden Daniels, who 16 carries, 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked the best of the rookie quarterbacks that day. I think personally, he looked incredibly good. Baker Mayfield, 298 yards, 4 touchdowns as the Buccaneers beat Commanders 37-20. What did everyone think of Tom Brady's debut in the box, gentlemen?
Want to know secret?
Go on.
I had red zone on. So I didn't even listen to it.
So did I. So every now and then they obviously click into it.
I thought he was okay.
It's his first game. No one's going to hit the ground running. I don't care who you are,
I'm not going to say he was great. I'm not going to say he was awful. I think he was okay.
I mean, I've seen comments that Greg Olsen's better than him, Tony Romo's better than him. Well, yeah, because Tony Romo's a bloody good pundit, to be fair. But, yeah, I mean, when Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, they have a full-on conversation about it. Jim Nantz talks and Tony Romo goes full-on to that. Tom Brady goes, yeah, Micah Parsons is a good player.
Yeah.
Have you been hanging around with Belichick for too long? That's a very Belichick type response. But on the field,
I think, it was his first game. He probably had nerves. He didn't want to talk too much. And I personally, if I was Fox, I would have stuck him on the B team for a year.
Yeah, would make sense.
Because Greg Olsen earned that A team spot. Like, he earned it. He went up through the ranks. I'm not saying I know they're giving Brady $37.5 million a year. And yes, he would have ended up on the A team. But I'd have given him a year. Put him on the B team. He's still going to get decent games on the Fox B team.
Yeah, completely. There's more than one game a week going on where he could have gone in that one. Just Dak Prescott got a massive contract, literally, an hour and a half before Red Zone started. And he played like he'd just been given a contract. He played brilliantly. He was really, really good. Dallas were really good in general. I got one complaint about Dallas. Who do you think? What do you think it is, gentlemen?
CeeDee Lamb didn't get a touchdown.
No, they ain't that one.
It's been that one for me. I had money on it.
Has Ezekiel Elliott actually played well, like he did for the Patriots?
Oh, that block he did, though. Yep, you're not getting to Dak. That was pure love. No. When you let Aubrey go for the 71-yard touch kick?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they were lining up for the 66-yard, and the commentators would go, it's gonna equal the record. I was like, yes, do it. Why? Please let me have a go at Shane. Let me. I was getting so excited. Flag, delayed game. Okay, they're going to go for a 71-yard. They thought about it. Nah, timeout. Come on, off you come. I was like, oh, you spoil sports. Almost sport.
At the end of the day, they were up by enough points. Why not, didn't it?
I mean, exactly. Can we talk about the other team for a bit? Because I want to bury some.
Oh, they are not happy in Cleveland. They are not happy.
Deshaun Watson was So poor. He
Very,
was
very poor.
so bad. They need to sort out this quarterback situation. I know you're giving him guaranteed way too much money, but same with the Giants. Drop him. He's not good enough for the league anymore. Drop him. Go get Joe Flacco. Go get anyone.
They can't get Flacco anymore. He's on Colts number 2, isn't he? So they won't be able to get him now.
Well, go get someone off someone's practice squad then.
They can
Because
have
anyone
Josh
but-
Johnson if they want.
Zappy.
Zappy, aye.
Or go trade for someone. Go get, I don't know, Jacoby Brissett.
Carson Wentz in retirement.
They already have a capable quarterback in that room already.
Who is it?
In James Winston.
I'll tell you who they should go and
Oh,
get.
yeah.
They should go and
He could
get.
start, I imagine, for somebody. Yeah, Browns, maybe.
Where the hell's Taylor Heineke? Go get him.
You said Ted Hankey. He's a darts player.
No, Taylor Heineke.
Oh, Taylor Hankey. Sorry.
You can tell your headphones have run out of power, mate.
Let me tell you something there.
You want to get something where it's got some backup and you just plug your ears in, mate. Right.
That's 2 shows a week now. I had to forget to plug my headset, charge my headset.
Sunday night game, and
What a
David
game.
Montgomery literally took the overtime drive on his shoulders.
Yeah. That's how you rely on someone rushing and win a game. The Ravens need to take note of that.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah, I think you're probably glad you didn't hear that.
Yeah, I caught a bit of it. I'm glad I just give you the opportunity to change your answer.
No, I stand by my answer.
No, I completely. I mean, I talk us through the game, baby hope.
So it was a very back and forth game. Cooper Cup looked back to Cooper Cup of old. I've not actually seen anything on Puka Nakua's injury. Hope he's okay. But if you fancy sitting out week 2 and 3, that's fine by me.
Where have they got you?
Week 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Matt Stafford looked good. Jared Goff looked good. David Montgomery looked very good. But I still think that they just underused Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, 11 carries and 40 yards.
Yeah, I feel like for how good he is, I don't think that's enough.
I'll tell you what, I've got the stats up for the quarterbacks. Yes, Stafford threw 20 times more and he had 100 yards more. The average is about the same. The sacks and hits are about the same. QBR ratings are about the same. The passer ratings are about the same. It is like they've just taken Stafford out, put him in LA, and put Stafford back. It's literally swapped them over. It's ridiculous. Yeah, apparently they've taken they took the Puka Nakua out of the game for precautions because he's getting soreness in his knee again. That's the last time I heard about it, and that's what I saw this morning when I woke up.
I mean, come on, lad, take a couple weeks off. You've earned it.
Detroit
I'd just like to second that with Hassan Reddick. Take the night off, mate. I know you're holding out. Get your bag.
Oh, no, big game for him.
He's taking the night off anyway. He's not playing.
Yeah.
It's cost him $800,000.
But we'll get to
that. Potentially millions. It's a gamble that might not pay off.
Yeah, right. Before we go onto your game, baby, I really don't get what people hold out for, right? Because surely it doesn't look good. Okay, solid. We're not going to pay you. Fine, sit out for a year. Tough fucking shit.
Yeah,
don't
I'm very surprised Trent Williams is one of our captains after his holdout.
Yeah, but he's picked by the team, isn't it? By his fellow.
But if I was a Niners player, I wouldn't vote for Trent Williams after he's just held out.
But this could cost Hassan Reddick now, not only financially wise, because if they go out and rip your offense apart tonight without him, no, we don't need you, mate. Piss off. Off you go. We don't need you. Good luck.
I think of the right side of our offensive line is quite suspect.
And Trent Williams hasn't played, hasn't trained.
Yeah.
So your O-line's in trouble, mate. Brock's going to be running his ass around tonight.
Robert Sala's watching.
Lead us over the rest of the game. How are you feeling about tonight?
Well, so I saw something today saying it's the best 2 defenses in football. I think that's debatable.
2 of the top
But
5.
yeah, Shanahan does have a good record against his quote unquote disciples.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
Aaron Rodgers has won 10 of his last, I think it's 15 Monday Night Football games.
Yes, but when was the last time he played?
I know. I'm just giving us that.
You want to talk about trend not training? When's the last time Aaron Rodgers actually played a game? A full game?
We're not trying to offend you. This is a spirited debate. We're not trying to offend you and take shots at you.
I'm talking about a full
offended?
game. I'm talking about a full game, like full quarters.
Unbiased viewpoint.
It is a good point. I mean, it's the same, I think, with Kirk Cousins. Yes, okay, Kirk Cousins played 6 games last year for... Was it 6 games last year for Minnesota?
I think it was more than 6, because he beat us in Labour.
God, he was so rusty.
Yeah.
I mean, Drake London and Carl Pitts made him look good sometimes.
Yeah.
It was like watching Mac Jones throw over Atlanta.
I quite enjoyed Carl Pitts for the touchdown. It's like, I'm open.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see that? He's there, waving his arms out like, look at me.
But that's how you use Carl Pitts and Drake London.
To be fair, maybe he thought he had to do that because Desmond Ridder didn't see him last year.
I don't think he was called the plays. But yeah, tonight's game. This was always going to be a box office game. It doesn't matter if it was week 1 or week 10. Aaron Rodgers is still one of the faces of football, despite being one of the oldest players in the league, being out for an season.
Just quickly, have you seen that Aaron Rodgers is the only offensive captain for the Jets?
Yes, you said that on Thursday Night Show.
Oh, did I? It's been a long weekend with a lot of late nights in a row.
I thought you'd fall asleep then. The eyes were shut.
Because I stayed up watching Tennessee on Saturday night too. Aside, Nico Iamaleava looks like an absolute stud of a quarterback, and he's only a freshman.
Ebers.
What? No, I'm talking about the Tennessee quarterback, Nico Iamaleava.
Oh, I'm talking about the Texan quarterback.
Caleb Ewers, yeah. He's
Ewers. Oh my God, he looks epic.
Yeah, but boys, that's next year or probably the year after. Baby, come on, and let's put you on the spot. What do you think the score is going to be tonight?
31-21 Niners.
Sorry, what?
31-21 Niners.
Okay. Ollie, do you want to clip that?
26-23 I'm going for.
Or Niners?
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm not even committed myself. I want to see Sauce Gardner pick off Purdy several times.
It's going to be a Jake Moody. He's going to redeem himself, and it's going to be a last-minute 50-yard field goal to win it.
As long as we get the W, I don't care how it comes.
I mean, so I watched some of the NCAA games on Saturday. I watched some of the Notre Dame game. There's a couple of players on the Tennessee Titans, on the Tennessee. Is it Tennessee they're playing? Who do they play?
No, Northern Illinois.
Texas Longhorns. That looked really good. Obviously, the quarterback Ewers and the running back Blue, they were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, the Vols were the 12:30 game, mates, and there are some players. There are some players on that too, and Nico Iamaleava, who is a freshman, looks like an absolute star.
And I know, Shane, we can talk about that game, because the Notre Dame Texans game, because you're watching it.
Notre Dame were playing Northern Illinois.
There's a difference between watching something and having it on, right? I had the volume down, and Night Flight Orchestra flat out, and I was playing darts and drinking. So yeah, it was on in the background.
Of course, there were Texas Longhorns playing Michigan, Northern Illinois were playing Notre Dame. That was it. Yes, sorry. Did you see also the ending of the Oklahoma State game?
No.
That was insane. So gone. The kicker's missed it. One end. The other kicker's gone and missed it. They've gone to touch, scored the other end. Scored, went down, scored a field goal. The other end gone and scored a touchdown in overtime. It was only seen the highlights of it. It's like, okay, that was a crazy ending to the game.
I was out on Saturday, so I missed most of the college games. I got back just in time for the Vols game.
Okay, so we've rounded up this week's week of football. Ollie thinks that Niners are going to win. So, I also think Niners are going to win. Shano doesn't.
Jets.
So we'll
Jets. Jets.
No, Shane doesn't want the Niners to win. I think
This is correct.
I don't want the Jets to win.
Yeah, but you can't have Ollie and Phil being obnoxious dickheads. Come on.
Mate,
imagine this. Thursday night, Patriots 1-0, Niners 1-0.
Oh, fuck.
Just imagine.
Who would have called that at the beginning of the season?
Niners and Ravens 0-1. I can see that. That's happening.
Yeah, can you imagine that? That'd be massive.
Mate, that'll be epic. Right. Monday night, over and done with. We are 4 hours away from more football tonight. I'm sure Ollie will live tweet as we go along. Not dropping you in at all, Ollie.
Ollie will not be live tweeting because Ollie will not have his phone anywhere near him.
I mean, by the time this goes live onto your ears, it'll be Tuesday morning, so you'd already know the result.
Because Ollie tends to get emotional when watching the Niners, and phones have been known to fly across rooms before.
I know the feeling, but it's a good job I got two.
You throw the controller.
What I'm saying is phones have flown across rooms. Luckily, there were sofas in the way at the time.
My old bedroom wall, right? I had FIFA rage. So whenever I was playing FIFA, and either I lost or I gave away a free kick, which was never a free kick. If I show the replay again, literally the controller went into the wall. The dents all over my wall where my controller got launched into my wall.
OBH, very, very quickly, I was speaking to a guy in work today who was a Pats fan, and he's a Pats fan for the same reason you were a Pats fan.
Really? Good lad.
Yes. I saw England and I was like, I know someone who does that.
Mate, 25 years later, I'm still a Pats fan.
So you.
Right. For all you who listen to this and not watch this on a Tuesday morning, we don't know the result at the moment because we filmed this on a Monday night. But we will be back on Thursday on your watchable devices, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever we stream it. But this will be in your ears tomorrow morning at 8:30, and we'll be back 9 o'clock Thursday night. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Stay safe.